And how long have you known her?
I've known Samia for about 3.5 years.
And how do you guys know each other? What's your relationship?
Well, we're co-workers. She came in, we worked together at Walmart. I worked part-time at Walmart, and she came on full-time as an asset protection agent. And I actually I got to train her. I was working asset protection at that point in time, and that's how we came to know each other. And she's such a bright light, and she's missed very, very much.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about her, like her personality, what she was like when you were with her?
Yeah, definitely. As I said, Samia was a bright light. When she first started asset protection, you got a lot of public contact involved, and it can be abrasive. And when she first started, I wasn't sure how she was going to do because she was very, very quiet, very unassuming. And so I kind of got to talking to her, and she's from Kurdistan. She's Kurdish, and she said, "Well, I'm not so sure about my English." And I looked at her and I went, "Oh, Samia, you speak perfect English." I go, "How long have you been in the country?" "Oh, just a few years." And I was like, "You got this," you know. And from that point, she was fine. But the thing about Samia is she had a very disarming way about her. I mentioned the position can get a little abrasive. You know, people see it, you know, from the outside, like, oh, they're just checking receipts and stuff like that. But no, it's a lot of public contact, and it's a lot of, you know, a lot of things. But one thing I noticed about her, and I've seen Samia take some pretty tough shots, verbal shots from customers. For the most part, they're awesome, but you get those few. She was an active listener. She was never one to step over you. She would never take what you were saying for, you know, as for granted or over, nothing like that. She would actively listen, and she would seriously actively listen with her eyes, and she would acknowledge you. And as soon as you had your say, she had an answer for you. And she did it in a polite and very professional manner, but that was just her personality. She was just a sweet, sweet person.
Yeah. Any like favorite memories of her? Anything stick out to you that you can think of?
Well, I mean, the one thing when I think of Samia, and when I first met her, the first thing I kind of went, what a beautiful smile. You see, when Samia smiled, she smiled not just with her face. She would smile with her eyes, and you could tell she was smiling with her heart. She's just a very, very deep feeling person. And, you know, from what I thought, maybe this might not be a good fit for her, it was a perfect fit for her. Mm-hmm. You know, she's highly intelligent, learned English. I asked her, I said, "You speak English better than a lot of people I know." And I go, "How did you learn?" And she goes, "Oh, listen to music." She loved music. Listen to music, watch TV, listen, watch, and you know, and she just put it all together. Yeah. Highly intelligent.
When was the last time you had spoken with her or seen her?
It was about a week before she was found. And God, it's one of those moments because it was as I was walking off shift. And she was at her post at the door. And usually when I'd see her, we'd give each other a big hug. And she's always asking about my grandchildren. And that was her. It's like, but I wish I would have given her that hug, but I was in a hurry to get out. I went, "Samia, have a good night. I'll see you later, darling." You know, and she's like, "Bye, Patrick." You know, and so I wish I would have given her that hug, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. But her personality was such as it was never about her. My grandchildren, she was always asked about my grandkids, always, without fail. "How are the grandkids? Show me pictures. How's your daughter Rachel? How's she doing? Show me pictures. How's the family?" So that was her.
Yeah.
We missed that.
Yeah, when you found out what initially happened when they released the name, what was like your initial reaction?
Like I just ran into a brick wall. I came into work. It was Tuesday. I came into work this past Tuesday evening. I had no idea. And I just walked in, and it's interesting. Walmart's a huge place, right? But when you walk in, you can sense something. You know, you're there, you know your people, we're a great team. We love each other. We have each other's back there, but I just noticed something very, very different. So I'm like, okay. So I walk into the back room, into our break room, get ready for my shift, and I look over, and I see a picture of Samia with a candle by it and flowers, and I went, no. I didn't know the details. Then one of our managers came in, and I asked him, I said, Cody, what's going on with Samia? And he says, I'll send you the story. And he sent me the story and the coverage that you had been doing. And I just broke down and cried. There's nothing else I could do. You know, if I loved her, and I do, always will, other people loved her a million times as much as me, if not more. So she was a big part of what we do at our store, at our Walmart. And like I said, that sense of tone when I walked into the store, that sense of loss that was there, it's still there, and it's going to be there for a long, long time. It's going to be there for a long, long time. We're going to miss her. Yeah. And, we're sad. Sad's an understatement. We're trying to do the best for her family. Her parents came over from Kurdistan, and naturally they're devastated. They lost their baby girl. She was only 34 years old. My daughter's 36. She's 2 years younger than my daughter. So, speaking from a parent's perspective, I don't know how you do this. A parent should never have to bury their child. That's just the way it is. A parent should never have to do that. But they have to. And so they're doing everything they can to try and get Samia repatriated. It's an expensive undertaking. So we're doing everything we can to help them out, because we're a family. We're tight. That's how we roll, and so we're doing the best that we can to help them out.
Yeah, and ultimately to bring her body back to.
Yes, we want to. We want to get her back to Kurdistan and get her the traditional burial that she deserves. It doesn't even cover it. It's not the burial she deserves. It's the burial that she needs to have. And so we're doing what we can.
Yeah. And Thursday they arrested the suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Does that bring you any kind of justice or closure, or what does justice look like for you, since this is being investigated as a homicide?
Well, justice for me, and this is my point of view, justice would be for this man. Obviously, look, we live in America. We're innocent until proven guilty. Mm-hmm. And I believe in that. I believe in our justice system. If he's guilty, he needs to pay. And by pay, if it's life imprisonment, awesome. Put him away. Put him away for the rest of his life. Obviously, it's up to, as a judge, I have a couple friends who are on the bench, and they said 12 licensed drivers. It's up to 12 licensed drivers in the state of Tennessee to make that decision. But justice would be ultimately the perpetrator, whoever it may be. If it's this gentleman that was arrested or somebody else, anybody else who's involved, bring them in, let's put them away.
Yeah. What will you miss most about her?
Oh man, what am I gonna miss about Samia? I'm gonna miss her hugs. I'm gonna miss her smile, like I said. The levity that she brought. She could be having the worst day, but you would never know it. If you were having a bad day, she made sure you were having a good day. So I'm gonna miss that her consideration, the love that she brought every day, the friendship, the hugs. I'm gonna miss those hugs, man. Like I said, I wish I'd done that just one last time. The week before we lost her. But you know what? We're gonna do what we can for her and her family. We're gonna keep her in our hearts. We're gonna keep her in our minds. And we don't want people to forget about Samia Magzaoui. Never, ever, ever.